Okay, so this is a little bit of an end run around the logcat issue. I've just glued like a logging UI to the heads up display. So you see log, that's kind of the initializer, sphere, object initialize, cylinder, object initialize, cube, object initialize. So each one of these objects has its own script, and in the script start message, it's writing to the log. The devil's in the details, right? I mean, this is a functional alternative to Logcat for the project I'm currently working on, but you can see how this is way too cumbersome to really be a functional interface to log messages. I would call this diegetic, Diagetic, in the sense that the log, rather than being in Logcat in a window in Unity or in um, uh, the Unity console, is bound to it's writing to a game object. That's why I call it diegetic. Perhaps the fact that it's glued to the camera transform, the XR origin, in sort of a HUD fashion, the same way that the OVR metrics up there is, makes the term diegetic not wholly appropriate. But so I get like maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines of log before this gets flooded. I could certainly reduce the font. I could certainly add a background to it so that it's a little bit easier to read, et cetera, et cetera. If the goal is uh, keep working on a MacBook and not work with Logcat because it's too much of a faff, F-A-F-F, meaning complexity, this would work. I think it's time to basically bite the bullet and get the gaming PC out of storage and not have to worry about Logcat because I'm in Windows and I can just basically hit play in Unity and read from the console. Anyway. Okay, so this is how that's set up. I've essentially got on the XR origin under the camera offset, I've got a canvas with a text mesh pro. Can't really see it, but that's the fact that it's parented, that its parent is the camera offset, is why it's glued to the display and not just an in-world object. The only modification here is that the render mode is set to world space. So this is the actual text mesh pro, which is the logging object. There's a log manager that has a reference to that text mesh pro, and then all of the objects in the sphere, the cube, and the cylinder. The sphere just has a custom script that has a reference to the log manager. This is what that custom script looks like. This is again the log manager, and then it's just your own tag system, etc. And then just to flash the logger on screen, it's just a game object with a reference to a text mesh pro. It works. I mean, again, just to rehash the problem, Logcat is how you read logs on Android. I can't, because I'm on a Mac, just hit play. I need access to like Unity's output. So imagine that this sphere is some kind of complex game object, and I'm trying to debug it. Well, I need to be able to essentially write, like right now I can't write debug.log whatever, because the HMD is I'm basically uploading an APK to an Android package to the head mounted display, and there's no connection between Unity and the running application anymore, hence the diegetic log. I think this is going to be too cumbersome for my needs. I have the space here. I hate Windows. I mean, the thing I hate about Windows not to be too whiny, is like the aesthetics of just the physical machine. It's a loud game PC. It has kind of a bad fan that sounds like a Tibetan throat singer, like ee. Sorry, that's probably offensive. But and then the glitchiness of Windows is enough to make me a little bit neurotic at various points. The Mac is basically, I know all of its eccentricities, and I'm never at a point where I'm sort of superstitious and going, hey, did I just get hacked by the Alpha Centaurans? Is that why my program is not running? On Mac, I am fairly confident that I didn't get hacked. On Windows, I'm just super neurotic because I just don't use it that frequently enough. But bottom line is, I'm going to go get the gaming PC out of storage and switch to Windows.